Handicap betting can be a little confusing to people who are not familiar with it, but I will try my best to explain it in this video so that you can easily understand and master it. Handicap betting is when one team is given a virtual head start or disadvantage to level the playing field. It's most useful when there's a clear favorite in a match, making the odds more interesting for bettors. There are two types of handicap betting, which are the Asian and the European handicap. There's just a little difference in the two, but I will be explaining the European handicap first. European handicap adds or removes goals to one team, and it can result in a win, lose, or draw. So there are three outcomes, just like in a regular match. Using this table, I'll be explaining European handicap betting. This is the handicap odds for a game between Manchester City and Southampton, where Manchester City is the clear favorite. As you can see, Manchester City's odds for a straight win are quite low, which is why many people choose to play handicap betting. As you may already know, handicap betting is about giving the weaker team an artificial advantage and giving the favored team a disadvantage. It's like when you're racing against your younger brother. Since you're faster, you don't start at the same point. Instead, you let him start a little ahead of you to make the race fairer. In this example, you are Manchester City and your brother is Southampton. For a 0:1 European handicap, if you pick the home team to win, Manchester City, it means you're giving Manchester City a -1 goal disadvantage. To win this bet, Manchester City must still be winning after one goal is subtracted from their total at full time. So, they need to win by at least 2 goals for you to win the bet. If you pick the away team to win, Southampton, you're giving them a 1-goal advantage. For you to win this bet, Southampton must be winning after 1 goal is added to their total score at the end of the match. So, if Southampton wins or draws the game, you win the bet. If you pick the draw option, Manchester City must win by exactly 1 goal for your bet to win. After applying the -1 handicap, the score would then be a draw. The same concept applies to other European handicap bets. For example, with a 0-3 handicap, if you pick the home team, Manchester City, it means you're giving Manchester City a -3 goal disadvantage. For you to win this bet, Manchester City must still be in the lead after 3 goals are subtracted from their final score. So, they need to win by at least 4 goals for you to win. If you pick the away team, Southampton, you're giving them a 3-goal advantage. To win this bet, Southampton must be in the lead after 3 goals are added to their final score. So, even if they lose by up to 2 goals, you would still win the bet. In summary, for the home team to win with a negative handicap, they must win by more than the handicap number. For the away team to win with a positive handicap, they need to be in the lead after the handicap is applied. For the draw option, the final adjusted score must result in a draw after the handicap is applied. Now, let's talk about the Asian handicap. It follows similar rules to the European handicap, but with a few key differences. 1. There are 0.5 increments, like -0.5, 1.5, in Asian handicap, which means there's no possibility of a draw after the handicap is applied. 2. No draw option. If the adjusted score results in a draw with whole number handicaps, like -1 or 2, your bet is refunded. This is known as a push, so you don't lose your money, and your betting slip stays active if it has other bets. However, this refund option does not apply to the 0.5 handicaps, like -1.5, 2.5, where there's no possibility of a draw after the handicap is applied. You'll either win or lose the bet. So, using this Asian handicap odds table, if you bet on Man City -1.5, to win the bet, Man City must win by more than 1.5 goals. Since 1.5 is not a whole number, there is no chance for a refund. Push, in this case, Man City must win by at least 2 goals for you to win the bet. Example, if the final score is Man City 3-1, after subtracting 1.5 goals, the score becomes Man City 1.5-1, so you win. If the final score is Man City 2-1, after subtracting 1.5 goals, the score becomes Man City 0.5-1, which means you lose. There is no refund with -1.5. You either win or lose. Man City must win by 2 or more goals for you to win. If they win by only one goal or the match ends in a draw or loss, you lose. If you bet on Southampton 1.5, you win if Southampton wins, draws, or if they lose by one goal after the 1.5 is added to their score. Example, if the final score is Man City 2-1 Southampton, after adding 1.5 goals to Southampton's score, the final adjusted score becomes Man City 2, Southampton 2.5, so you win. If the final score is Man City 3-1 Southampton, after adding 1.5 goals, the score becomes Man City 3, Southampton 2.5, which means you lose. In Asian handicap, the whole numbers without 0.5 are the same with the European handicap. The only difference is that, when the results gives you a draw here, you will get a refund, since there's no draw option in Asian handicap.